So that was Universal Studios.
What else you do?
A couple of things. I am rewatching Star Wars: The Clone Wars, David.
The cartoon.
The cartoon, yes.
Yes.
I've only seen it once all the way through, and now that I'm hardcore in the Star Wars canon, right? I feel like I need to get my
You watching
stuff
it in
together.
the same chronological order? Or?
Yeah, there is a on Reddit. There's an ultimate order, which is pretty much chronological, but there's a couple episode changes that kind of fix some of the pacing issues with the show.
Yeah.
So I'm going by that order. I just finished the movie, which is technically the third thing you watch.
I watched the movie. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the thing I've seen, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
It makes Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu, look way cooler than he did in the movies.
Yeah, so anyone who's a Star Wars fan, including you, David, like you need to watch the Clone Wars.
They're good.
It's really good. And some of the animation, especially like they didn't get a really big budget until like season 3. So some of the animation is kind of meh. And there are some episode arcs that are like kind of kiddie where they have like, oh, now we're watching 3 episodes about R2 and C-3PO.
Well, they
Who
have
freaking
to.
cares?
They got to fill
It's
content.
a kid show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Rebels kind of has the same thing. But
Less and less of it, though. They're
less
getting
and less
dark.
Oh, yeah. Because
Like-
they're more now like, oh, this is the fans love this. We're just gonna.
Well, no, like
fan
the
service.
last, I'm on season 3. I'm like on the 10th episode. It's like getting really, really dark for
it's
a kid
good,
show.
man. It's
No, it's
freaking
great,
good.
but I'm just like,
it's a kid show.
no,
let's
I
be
know.
honest,
Go
quote
ahead,
unquote.
keep going.
But anyway, so the Clone Wars, and this is why I recommend anyone who is a Star Wars fan, if they call themselves a Star Wars fan, like definitely watch this.
Go ahead.
Screw you, dude. So big thing, like Anakin in the movies is kind of seeing like a little bitch, right? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't like sand. He complains a
everywhere.
lot, gets everywhere. And the next moment you see he's slicing up young people, right? Little kid younglings.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to see this bond between him and Obi-Wan that we don't really see in the movies. He's
Yeah,
his brother.
He seems like he's pissed at him all the time.
The Clone Wars gives all of that meaning.
Yeah.
So like, you see why Anakin is not. He's not a little jerk. He is a strong warrior and a general and an excellent fighter pilot and all this kind of stuff that
He's a leader.
Obi-Wan in New Hope talked about. He was one of the best star pilots in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So we see from Clone Wars all that stuff, and we also see him slowly turn to the dark side. Versus, it almost seems like an immediate thing in Revenge of the Sith.
Right. Like basically he's this, wide-eyed kid, and then he becomes this just
Menacing guy.
Yeah, and it's like I mean there is some reasoning. We've talked about this to death,
Yeah.
but I mean you need a better transition there. It's like you go from good to evil just from 0 to 10.
Exactly. So the Clone Wars TV show gives a lot of that more meaning and background, and it makes a lot more sense watching this with the movies. You also see some really cool characters, like obviously Ahsoka Tano, who's like one of the coolest. That's Anakin's Padawan. Like she's super freaking cool. We see characters like you get to meet some of the clones. They're not just clones and meaningless soldiers just get shot everywhere. We see a bunch of these clones become characters like Rex, who's like Anakin's main guy.
Yeah.
And all of these clones are given these characters and stuff. We see more of the Jedi Order, like Plo Koon and all that. Like some people in the Order, we get to see their stories fleshed out, and it makes things like Order 66 like mean that much more because you see these clones that are like, yeah, we're buddies. You're my general. Oh God, I'm killing you.
Right, because I'm a soldier.
Yeah.
You also see in that sequence of that of the movie. When Order 66 is initiated, you see all those Jedi die, but it's like, oh, they're just... I've never met that Jedi. I don't know who he is, but in the Clone Wars, you do know about him.
Yeah, so when you see, Koon get shot down, you're like, oh my God. Like,
No!
and it just affects you a lot more. So it just gives way more story to all these characters.
When did that come out? After the prequels? Clone Wars, or was it released?
I forgot when it was released, but it was 5 seasons, and then they were bought by Lucasfilm, or Lucasfilm was bought by Disney, and they canceled the show. And then there's a Lost Episodes, which is their kind of quote-unquote season 6, and those are only on Netflix. But there's a really good order to them. They're really good. And like I said, it gives a lot of background to a lot of these characters and stuff we don't see. Obviously gives you a lot of more information about the lore
But
and
that's
like all
all
the different
canon.
planets. It's all canon.
Are
Yeah.
they even the Lost episodes?
Even the Lost Episodes, yeah, it's all canon.
Are they ever going to bring Ahsoka Tano to a movie? You think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think they could do like a Twi'lek, like a action sequence with those head things?
Maybe.
Just be weird.
But they
Hers
have,
are
like-
does she paint them or are they that color?
I think they're just that color.
Really, they're like zebra striped.
Yeah, because like you see her in the Clone Wars show, and then in Rebels where she's grown up.
Yeah.
And it's like it follows the same pattern, but it's like
Different.
more elaborate.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And you get like Asajj Ventress, I forgot too. That's Count Dooku's Padawan. Like she's freaking cool too.
No, I know her.
She's one of the coolest characters actually.
She has the
so-
two red ones, right?
Yeah.
And she like turns them downward.
Yeah, and she can link them together like
Yeah,
Darth Maul and stuff
super
too.
cool.
Yeah, very cool. So yeah, definitely recommend watching Clone Wars. Like I said, I just finished the movie, so that's the third one out of I don't know, a lot of episodes, but yeah. They're 22 minutes, easy to get through.
Speaking of Star Wars, have we talked about the loss of Carrie Fisher? I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast.
We mentioned it during the New Year's, just briefly.
It's rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
So the news, not to break your what you doing, but the news is that you told me that they're not going to do any kind of CGI with her in the...
Yeah, Lucasfilm officially announced we are not going to digitally do Carrie Fisher
for the episode
in any of these movies coming out.
Okay.
Yeah, she will not be digitally recreated.
But she was in 8.
Yeah, she was in 8, and the rumors are, and again, this is all rumors about Star Wars, so like, who knows if it's real or not? Right. But the rumor is like she had a big part in 8, and she'll have a bigger part in 9,
but no longer.
But no, obviously, because she's
I know, not with us.
So it'll. A lot of people are wondering, it's like, well, what are they going to do if they're not going to digitize her, which is great for them to do because they want to serve her memory and stuff. Yeah, so they're either going to maybe do reshoots to 8 and kind of tweak that story a little bit, or maybe they'll do 9, just tweak the story completely in 9, or I don't know. We'll see what they do. They can recast. That's always a thing. It'd be weird, but like,
if it's to
better her character's arc, then we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they recast.
I would too.
I think they're just going to change the story a bit.
Or
she'll be like, Leia's doing that thing, and
I think that's what
you'll hear more about what she's doing. But if she's supposed to have a bigger role, how can you do that off screen? It's. I feel. I mean, obviously, it's really sad that she passed away, but I feel bad for the people who had to
her
kind
mom, like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like, God, man, so glad 2017.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot better. David.
We'll see. See
how
long 2017 sticks around.
Yeah, a couple of little things, David. Bought a new car.
Yeah.
Haven't done that in a while.
How was that experience?
Cool. We have a credit union here in Vegas that we have all of our stuff with. Thanks, David. And it's really cool because like they take the kind of I don't want to I'm not prepping Clark County Credit Union or anything like that. I don't.
Well,
get
we might get a sponsorship.
Yeah, right. But it's cool because like you go to the dealership, it's a pain in the ass, right? There's a haggling involved. It's the worst. So like if you have the credit union account, you can use it, and they're technically an auto broker. So they're a dealership here. So you just go there and be like, hey guy, I want this car. This is how much I don't want to pay MSRP, and they cannot go over MSRP for the car that's listed on Honda's site. And you can kind of do the haggling bit, but it's going to be more than an invoice, but it's not going to be as high as, you're not going to pay higher than
I guess for me with the dealership stuff, it's like okay, so you can get a better price, but like how much is that frustration worth to you?
Right.
It's like,
but I mean, it's a $30,000 car,
Yeah. So what'd you get? You got
I got a Honda Civic EX. It's the mid trim, and it's white. And I kind of.
You ever had a white car?
No, never had a white car. I had the black Scion XB, and then I had the red Honda Fit. Red's my favorite color. Well, I was telling Sarah, I'm like, I think I'm 30 years old now.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the red car, man.
Right. I feel like you can only have a red car when you're young or when you're really old.
Crisis.
Right. In the middle, you can't have a red car. But it's very. I'll drive you around after the podcast.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
It's cool. It's turbocharged. It's very quick. It's very fun. Though they say you have to break in the motor for the first 600 or so miles. So I've been putting it on the econ mode. It's very boring to drive, like you would think a Civic would be.
Yeah.
But as soon as you turn that puppy off, dude,
zipping
around. Yeah. So that was a cool experience.
Got that R-Type sticker yet?
No,
Type
David,
R.
Not going to do the red badging or anything. I was saying, so like when I had my Scion, I was definitely that kind of kid, right?
Yeah,
I was on the Scion Life forums, right? Looking up cool crap to do your car, painted my interior pieces, all the kind of like bad mod stuff got a cheap exhaust from eBay, stuff like that.
Right? Yeah, gotta make...
exactly.
Yeah.
And now like I was joking my buddy down. I'm like, I'm not that kid anymore. I'm not gonna paint pieces of my car.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to classical music.
Exactly, and podcast in my car.
NPR.
But I felt like when I had my Honda Fit, like I like to do stuff to my cars, right? But I just never had that. It's kind of lame, but a connection, right? Is that a thing people have? With their car?
Sure. It was just a car.
Yeah, and I just didn't have that. Like I don't think I ever hand washed my Fit the 2 years I owned it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You have to have sense
I
of
just never really
ownership.
cared about that
But this
car.
one?
Yeah, I love this car. I already got new lights for it, dude.
For what?
Just change the headlight color.
You're already doing it. You're the
know.
16-year-old Gerald still there.
No. But no, I definitely feel like I'm not to the point where like, oh, now I got to buy, $2,000 in car parts, anything like that. Like I got this trim because it has the Apple CarPlay, which is super cool, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
in the car, you just plug in my iPhone. I could put it away and I could do like all
Pretty
the
much
different
everything.
apps from the thing. It's all voice controlled, so I can like text you from the thing, which is kind of cool because like it doesn't do emojis. So like when someone like Sarah will text me like, oh, hey, when you coming home? I love you. Kissing face,
Oh, it says kissing. I thought it'd be like colon hyphen.
No. It'll say like
ellipsis.
kissing face, but then when you be like, when I say that, it'll just spell out kissing face, obviously.
Funny.
So that's kind of funny. We were trying to play with all the different emojis. There was like poop emoji and like stuff like that.
Oh, jeez.
But the text speech is really cool. It's the first time where I'm like, wow, Siri is actually really cool because normally she kind of sucks.
Do you have like the usually they give you like a free 30 days for like the satellite stuff. Are you going to do that?
I think it comes with it, but no, I just
Man, the Sirius XM stuff, they like
no,
when you try to cancel, they will like almost give it to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like it's free for the first 30 days, and like the guy they send you the thing. Oh, you want to sign up for more time? And I'm like, no, my wife really just does. She listens to AM FM. Like when she had it, I was getting mad at her because like it's free for 30 days. Try it out, see if you like it, because I might give it. We might get it. Mm-hmm. She never did. So then they called, and I'm like, no, I'm not interested because it's like $30 or $45 a year. It's something cheap. It's not really expensive.
Yeah, it used to be like freaking expensive.
No, and then he's like, what if we knock it down half? And I'm like, no. I said I don't. We should. If it was no, and he's like, how about 75% off? I'm like, no, and he's like, okay. 95%, like not that, but almost that. And I'm like, bro, like, how are you guys making money?
Because they're not.
They're
That's
not.
the point. Yeah, it's all advertising stuff. But yeah, it's very cool. I did have this other thing too. When I picked it up, so with the credit union, like I said, you tell them I want a Civic, I want it the EX trim, I want it white, and go get it. Right.
Yeah.
And they deal with dealerships in Arizona because none of the dealerships here in Las Vegas like dealing with the credit union. Because you got to think the dealership's not really getting anything for it, right?
Gotcha, okay.
So they just refuse to work with the credit union. So
they just work with other people. That's funny.
In a different state.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so like you pick it up from the credit union. Mm-hmm. So I go there and it's really cool because like I take my fit there, give them the keys, pick up the keys after I sign all the paperwork, and then leave. It takes like 20 minutes. As I'm on my way, I
heard about this.
Yeah, the credit union is right down the street from where I work, so it's like, oh, perfect. I'll go there on my lunch, pick up the car, come back. I'll have a brand new car. Great. On my way back from the on the freeway on the 215, I get a flat tire. I'm like, you got
in your new car,
in the brand new car, flat tire. And I'm like, you gotta be freaking.
This is not a good sign, man. It's already
sign of things to come. So I call my the auto broker. I'm like, what do I do, man? Like, it's a brand new car. Like, what the heck? He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's never happened. Obviously,
sure.
Take it back. We'll obviously take care of it. And one of the things you sign is like, this doesn't have a warranty from the credit union. If something happens to your car, you take it to the dealership, right? And that's most places would do that.
Duh.
But this is like 15 minutes right after he was like, no problem, like no big deal,
we'll just take care of it.
Yeah. And I'm on the freeway putting the spare on because I can't drive with it, it's freaking flat. So I'm putting the spare on a brand new car on the freeway.
That's why you have the connection, because
I guess. And it took like they had it back to me the next day, brand new tire, all that kind of stuff. It was just a defect, but that was interesting. But yeah, so very, very cool.
Happy with the new car though.
Yeah, Sarah's getting a new car too, hopefully next week. So she's getting a new CRV. It's pretty cool. What else? Oh, I've been starting to work out, David.
Yeah?
And I don't mean like, I've been walking for a while now and like playing DDR. It's cardio. But he's giving me shit because he's like, you're just playing a video game. I'm like, yeah, but like I'm
sweating, man.
Yeah, it's barely
intense,
a video game. Yeah. But
have you seen me?
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
So I bought a 35-pound kettlebell. And I've heard kettlebells are really good because it's a simple workout for one, and it works out a bunch of muscles, and it's good for like beginers, before you like lift, like all that kind of crazy stuff.
Type stuff.
Yeah. So I'm doing the 2-hand swings.
There you go,
David. Right?
Good job.
I did this on Monday, and I guess a good basic routine is to get to 100 swings in sets of 10. You take about 35 to 40 or 30 to 45 seconds breath in between sets, right? And I got to 50 before I was like, "Whew, man, this is rough."
Yeah.
Right, and it's 35 pounds. And what you're doing, if you're watching the video right now, you're swinging it in between your legs and then up at about a 90-degree angle and then back and forth. But you're also.
Are you ever worried about hitting your junk?
I'm gonna do this, and you go like this.
Yeah.
So you lunge. You lunge, David. And you always keep your back straight and you're always looking forward.
Yeah.
So you can't bend your back or anything. So that's bad. So.
How's that working out for you?
All right. Terrible.
Okay, here we go.
Terrible. So I haven't worked out since. This was Monday. So Tuesday, I was like, holy crap, my back is killing me.
Yeah.
My legs are killing me. And I'm used to like, I've worked out like, obviously I don't work out very often. But there was a point when I was working out like years ago where it's like, okay, this is just the pain you get from working out.
Lactic acid, all that stuff builds
up. The micro tears, all that kind of crazy fitness stuff, right? Book up, bro.
Beefcake.
Apparently it's called DOMS, D-O-M-S. I forgot what it stands for. I should have written it down, but that's just a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this hurts. I'm not going to work out today, obviously, because it hurts really bad. I'm just going to relax, and I'll work out tomorrow. Wednesday, worse. I could barely walk. Do you know how hard it is to take a dump, David, when you can't freaking sit down? Like, I was like, oh my God. Getting in and out of the car was painful.
Just
it was
brushing
the
your teeth.
worst.
Right? It's like everything is just
to
a
the
nightmare.
point where like it was just mainly just sitting down, up and down, and then walking around was really bad. And I was like, oh my god, like
what did I
think
do?
I screwed something up. And then yesterday, it finally so what I did yesterday
no pain,
is
no gain, bro.
Yeah, so I looked it up, and I have a buddy at work who works out and stuff. He's like, well, unfortunately, you have to work through it because it's the next time you work out when you're better again, it's just going to happen again. So you just have to do a lighter workout, but you just have to keep doing it.
Yep.
To get your muscles used to it. So I did some walking yesterday, and then today I was fine.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to work out again next week.
There you go.
But it's fun.
So you're keeping the resolution. Good.
Yeah. I'm down to 307, David.
Good job,
this
buddy.
Morning, right? 8 more pounds to go.
Yeah.
For my first goal. But but it's almost like from what I was reading, it's like the pain, you get used to the pain, and it's almost like it's a good thing because you're like, I did something, right?
Yeah.
Because that means you worked out.
Yep.
It's when you feel the burn
It
afterwards.
sucks though.
Yeah, and a lot of things I was like, how do I reduce this? They're like, it's a little thing called man the fuck up. And I was like, all right, I get it. You just gotta work.
Internet.
Yeah, everyone's just like, work through it. Don't be a little bitch. All this kind of stuff. I'm like,
You're
okay.
like, the internet's a jerk, Mom.
Yeah, I guess. But other than that, Dave, that's pretty much all I got for what you're doing.
Okay.
Kind of boring compared to yours.
Oh well, we'll see. Anyway, so we had one other thing we wanted to talk about this week because we are running long.
Yeah, big news.
What is it? Story of the century
Of the week.
We've got the
Are we
recent.
running long? Oh yeah,
We're going a little long, but we could go longer. We still need to watch the top 100 movie of all time for this. The one that
we'll start that back up next week.
Next
hopefully.
week,
yeah.
We're in charge of
Amadeus.
this. We're in charge of this podcast.
Yeah,
Nobody
right.
tells us what to do.
We don't have sponsors.
That's
yet.
right. We can do whatever we want.
Exactly.
So
the Nintendo Switch was revealed.
it was already revealed, but more details.
Yeah, more details came out. They did their conference where they revealed price.
What's it called?
And
Nintendo.
the Nintendo Switch.